Now let's come back to us. We have another quick conversation we need to have. I'm not sure if we need to go on a break before we begin this conversation, but it's just about talking about damaged women. Let me just paint the picture for us. It says, there are damaged women around. Don't be in a hurry to fall in love. Open your eyes well. Some people are emotionally damaged and mentally challenged. If you love them, you need to seek help for them before marriage. Hurt people will hurt you.
Yeah.
True or false? You can join the conversation, and the number is still 081-270-53687 or 091-390-76948. Or you can tweet at us using TVC Connect using the hashtag your view on TVC. It's not just women that are emotionally damaged.
You get
Okay.
wish.
I don't get wish.
Oh my God.
I don't get
But it's easy to start the conversation saying women.
Okay. So maybe we shouldn't look at the women part. So it doesn't seem like that's the part we picked. But that's a very true statement.
It's a true statement.
It's
Let's
a true statement.
remove the
Yeah.
women.
Yeah, it's a
There
true
are
statement.
emotionally damaged people
Yeah.
walking on
Yeah.
the streets
Yes.
that need help, but do not recognize the fact that they need help.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it's true. Yeah, and I want to say thank you to him again.
Right.
Yeah, because everything he said, I mean, I wish we don't only have schools for children, but for parents as well. Because parents need orientation, reorientation. They need to relearn. They need to unlearn. I mean, it's just wise that the kind of attention we give to premarital counseling, we give to parents as well, because they need to be trained. I respect a particular school that would only accept your child after you've gone through their parenting school.
Really?
Yes, here in Lagos. So after you come out, you graduate, your child will come so that you were speaking the same language. And we're not speaking Spanish, you are speaking, you know. So I think it's very true. I think it's true that so many adults out there are hurt. I like to change the term damage to bitter, hurt. So many people are hurt, and it's not very easy for people to forgive. Just like what he said.
Why though?
Because they are holding on so tightly to those things. And for some other people, based on temperament difference, personality differences, some people still want that apology. Some people want parents to
Closure.
go. So those cases have not been closed. And then some parents know they did stuff and they just feel, I'm your parent. I was only doing that to protect you. And the children don't see it that way. So I feel we need to open up again. Let's have conversations. Let's see that parents are willing to admit. So I did a program recently, and I had about 100 teenagers, preteens. And one of the statements that some of them kept saying is, why do my parents feel they cannot be wrong?
Right?
Yes. Why do they think they can't be wrong?
Even up until now.
And guess what? Guess what? When we go through some of these things, we realize that they are referring to an issue that happened maybe 7 years ago for a preteen. So maybe when that child was 6. So I'm not surprised when a child somewhere says, I don't feel myself at 7, because these children have very strong minds.
Yes.
So when you think you just did it, go away.
And they're soaking it in.
So whatever happens between 2 and 10, formative years, 2 and 10, can linger on and even form a bitter adult. So the question is, how would you identify a child who is hurt or an adult who was a hurt child? I would say from the responses, from the views. For me, one of the things I learned from a particular pastor is, be careful with the words always and never. When you hear people say, I will never.
Or I always.
I will never is a problem. When you hear people, when you find out that people do not have authority figures in their lives that they respect, when you find out that people do not have a lot of honor for the counsel of their parents and people in their families, that's also a problem. It's a red alert. It's
Some persons do not necessarily not want such figures in their lives.
Okay.
They might have also had experiences that make them believe, I beg you.
Let me live
It's
my life.
it's not enough to disregard their counsel. It's okay for us not to agree on the way we do things, but when people just feel, there are some people who feel,
I can take care of myself.
My parents don't need to be, my parents, all they need to know is an FYI for your information, for them to know. I don't necessarily
it's my life.
Their consent
To do the things I'm doing.
My life.
That's not okay. I would have a problem with a guy my daughter
But you know,
brings home who
by
says,
way of educating people,
yes, yes.
why should people have such persons in their life? Not necessarily parents. There are those
Okay.
who look up to others,
Okay.
who feel that they are responsible to some other persons who are not necessarily their parents.
Okay.
Why have such figures in your life? Why is it important to have such figures? We need to educate people on that.
I feel that, okay, so there's this popular statement that goes, in the multitude of counsel, there is
There's
safety.
That's for Christians.
For Christians, then I also feel that people have had experiences that you might not have heard of or seen or imagined, but you don't necessarily need to walk through somebody else's path to be wise. You must not make the mistakes somebody else made. You can learn from some other people's mistakes. Then, just like a beach ball, I love that analogy so much. If we put a beach ball here, I'll probably see blue, she might see yellow, you might see pink, but somebody else might see it from the top. So sometimes some people might have the experience that we don't have. So when you find yourself, so it might not be one person in every area. It might be somebody who just tends to have a lot of experience or relevant information in that area. So even, I'm not asking that you listen to the people I want you to listen to. You must have people in your life that you listen to. You must have people in your life who can help you get through pain. Don't hold on to all the pain. Yeah.
I think if we're taking it step by step, right, the quote we read says some people are emotionally damaged and mentally challenged.
Yes.
Looking at it from the point of that, how then do we begin to have conversations, right? Because I feel like we're breezing over the points we're making, right? And not dwelling.
Okay.
Hitting the nail on the head.
We're just, yes, like we're, do you understand what I'm
You're just dancing around it.
Not dancing around, we're just saying the points like
yes,
one.
yes, this is what.
But I feel like if we take two,
okay,
we can dwell on it because, you know, there are damaged
instance, so
people
give us,
around.
Yes.
There are damaged people around,
Okay.
which may sometimes inform the decision as to not report to anybody.
Okay.
Those are like situations, real life. So how do we help people in this kind of situation?
Okay, so does the question address the fact that those people are hurting? Do they know? Do they know that they are hurting? I think
Now,
you said,
that's another aspect.
So that's-
Some
that's
people
what
do
she-
not,
okay.
that's the issue that I raised.
you raised, yes. That do they even know?
Some
and how
people
do
do
we
not
identify
know that
that
they are hurting,
yes,
right?
yeah.
But they just feel that
Yeah.
someplace they are not okay.
Yes.
They know they are not okay, but
They
do not
can
want to
hardly
accept the
place it.
fact that they are not
They are
okay.
not okay, yeah.
Right? There are those who emotionally, issues have gone on. Yes, we know. And so they have come to this point of being broken.
Yeah.
How do we mend them? It begins from accepting the fact that, you know what,
there's
I have
something wrong.
this issue.
Yes.
Yes.
And I know that I am not whole as I should be, mentally, psychologically, in every way. And it is affecting me. So you need to withdraw from every activity you're finding yourself, because some people just throw themselves into all kinds of activity
Yeah.
just to, as a coping mechanism.
Yes.
And they are not copying anything. They are not moving forward. They are only moving in circles. You are not making progress.
Yeah.
So it is about you just taking a step
Stopping.
back,
Yeah.
accepting the fact that there's something wrong with
Which is very difficult, by the way.
Yes, it is difficult.
Because
You
sometimes
realize
yes.
that I am not moving forward in certain areas. I realize that even in my relating with people, I am too, I build a wall.
I'm always on the edge.
I'm uptight and I build a wall in such a way that people cannot necessarily permeate or walk through, penetrate to have access to me, the real me.
Yeah.
You get home, you are in tears, you're soaked in your own tears, and so many issues. You can't really make critical decisions. You know that you have a challenge. And then you begin to look for who you can trust to have a conversation with, because such people do not trust people. They find it difficult trusting.
Be vulnerable
And so
with anybody.
they find it difficult to be vulnerable
With anyone.
with anyone.
Veronica.
You have to find one person.
Yeah.
You have to unburden, because the truth is, one quick point I need to make. If you keep going in that way, you will walk through life, and life won't have its impact on you.
You.
That's one big issue. You will miss out on so many things. You think you are living life to the optimal level. It's a lie.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You literally brought the words out of my mouth. You see, and I think that we're in a generation that is woke. So sometimes when we see those characteristics, we tend to say, that is my personality. We excuse it
I'm
with
thinking
other
of my
things.
mental health.
We don't believe in
Gen Z language.
counseling.
Yes.
We don't believe in going to seek
There's a lot of
professional help. It's important we look at those things and ensure that you are the expert here. Just talk to them.
Okay, so I feel everybody needs this one person who is unassuming, who is non-judgmental. So
Yeah.
in the event that you have someone like that around you, it's so important that you make all the excuses for that person. What do I mean? Don't always look for a reason why you feel that person had that issue. And don't assume that it's because you were naughty. It's because you didn't listen. Sometimes we need to be unassuming. You need to just start on a clean slate so that the person can heal up. People heal faster when they feel comfortable around you, when you don't remind them of their pain. Yeah, so it's important to be unassuming around such people. Then it's also good to let them know that there's a process of healing. Healing is not, I will not do it again.
No.
Healing is not, I'm sorry. Or healing is not, whenever I feel bad, I don't know why I get into this. So that's not healing. There's a process. You've got to, I do not think we do a lot of rehabilitation stuff in Nigeria, but that's so important. And it shouldn't just be tied to drugs or alcohol, sex. There are people who should go into rehabilitation for internal issues. I'm unable to let go of this pain and take some time off, take some retreat issue, you know. So I would say help them through the healing process. And don't remind them of the pain. As you're helping them through, you've got to be patient with such people. But I agree with the person who made the quote. Such people do not need relationships. That's not the best time to say.
But in a case when you've married that person already.
In a case where you already have married that person, you need to help the person. Help the person find help. Be the first person the person can trust to talk to.
Yes.
Let that person be vulnerable with you. And ensure that you are a space the person can feel comfortable.
And be patient.
And be
because
patient
it will take a while.
with them because it will take a while. We must leave it here. It's been an interesting run, and it is good to have you, Ms.
Yes, this is fun.
I enjoyed myself.
Right. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of the show this morning. This is where we have to draw the curtains on the program. It's been an interesting run, and you can go back to watch the conversation we have had. Just check the link on all of our social media pages. You definitely find what you're looking for. We'll leave it here now. See you next Saturday. Bye.
Yeah.